Okay there. Hello. I am not really a content creator by any means, but with all this Origami King stuff coming up and Paper Mario being talked about again, I just had to say something because there are so many comments. I'm assuming mostly from kids who've grown up with the Sticker Star stuff, Color Splash, and a lot of y'all just don't understand why so many people talk about Thousand Year Door or the original so much? Why do we love them so much? I see lots of straw man arguments and just lots of misunderstandings here. So in this video, I really want to address you people and try to get you to understand why this game is so beloved. So, for starters, just want to let you know that I am not nostalgia blind, okay? Nostalgia is not an excuse. Come on. I've grown up with the Mario and Luigi games, so if anything, I'm for that. Nostalgic for that. Let's see here. Let's switch. Um, by the way, if you see any frame delays, it's not because of the game, okay? It's because of my emulator and recording setup. It's a lot on my laptop here, and you're going to see some delays and it's throwing me off a bit, but just bear with it. Anyway, I am uh not nostalgic for the series. Okay, I was first introduced to Paper Mario. I'll say, hmm, let's see, like years ago, maybe 2011 or so. It's when I saw um Paper Mario on the Wii, the Super Paper Mario game, and Super Paper Mario is the first Paper Mario game that I've seen, and I wasn't even aware of Paper Mario. I didn't know what it was. I just thought, oh, there's just some 2D Mario game that has flat characters. Wow. And I never got a chance to play it. I intended to, but I never did. I eventually came back to the series when I started watching videos about the Thousand Year Door. And the moment I seen it, that was when I knew I had to play this. It's just looks so fun. So long story short, eventually I started playing it uh, in March 2019, early 2019. Yeah. So the point is, you can't use nostalgia as an argument against me, and that's not really a valid argument anyway. But regardless, um, yeah. So let us begin. First up, I'm going to talk about the characters. You see, in these games, the characters are not only memorable by their personality, but also design. I mean, take a look at um, Bobby in Origami King. Sure, he may have a interesting personality, but his design is so bare bones. Having no fuse is just a bare minimum. They could have done more. Could have changed his color. Make him stick out in design so it'll be easier to remember him. Let's see how he compares to Bobbery, for example. Bobbery not only has a unique personality, like Bobby probably has, but Bobbery also has unique design. A design that goes along with his personality. Look at him, he's a sailor, it's so obvious. See how creative that is? And don't forget about Bombette in the original Paper Mario game, which Bombette's my girl. Um, Also creative in not only personality but design. Personality and design go hand in hand. Okay, you really need both. And that's just the partners. But even the NPCs in these games are something to take note of. Okay, I got the role. Even the NPCs are creative. I mean, just take a look at the audience here. Look at all the different races here. Look at this enemy here. Where on earth did this enemy come from? Hope I can kill it here. Yes. Where on earth did he come from? That's original. That's memorable. Did you know that there used to be other NPCs besides toads? There used to even be female toads, kid toads, elderly toads, fat toads, etc. What happened to them? Did they just get deported, kicked out of Toad Town? It's just so unfortunate, man. At least if they're gonna have all toads, they should be creative with them. But they're nowhere to be found. And there's even an image, which I hope to show in this video. If not, you can easily look it up. There's even an image comparing the toads of the older games compared to the newer games. And to be fair, there are some more creative, non-basic toads in the modern Paper Mario games, but they're mostly just palette swaps of the same basic toad. There are no female toads. There are no elderly toads, no kid toads. There are no fat toads. They're all the same toad, but just with different colors. The basic colors, mind you, not even exotic colors like pink or anything, just the basic colors, and with some accessories here and there, which isn't bad, but they they the originals had more than just those kind of designs. As a matter of fact, in the originals, just seeing a plain old toad, the plain old toad that you're used to, is so rare. You mostly see the new, exciting, more interesting toads. But newer games, the basic toads make up most of the game. That's lame. And let's talk about the bosses. I mean, the bosses and the enemies, as you can see, like the one I talked about, these are interesting. They take, some of them are from the mainline games, and they repurpose them, give them new designs. Bam. Some of them are completely new to the series. But what do we have now? We have colored pencils, tape, rubber band. What? That is just not creative at all. At the very least, they could have made a boss based on colored pencils or tape. But it's literally just school supplies. How can I take that seriously? It's just so fake, man. It's just so fake. Why are there only basic enemies in the Origami King? Where are the original enemies? Why are there no Mario Odyssey enemies, for example? They could have put Mario Odyssey in there. But no, creativity just isn't allowed. Only the basics. Only the basic things that we've seen over and over again. Don't you think that's pretty lame? Even if you haven't played the originals, don't you think that's pretty boring? I know I do. So, I guess while I'm here on this screen, um, I just want to talk about the battle system. As you can see here, thanks to EXP points, I'm able to uh, grow Mario the way I want, according to my playstyle. Look, HP, FP, BP. You want to live longer? Boom, get more HP. You want to try different strategies and tactics? Want to unlock more moves? Boom, more BP. And by the way, BP is the best. I'm more of a BP guy. So, and if you want to use more special moves, boom, more FP. There's a permanent sense of progression in these games. Don't make up these lies that you have to grind in Paper Mario. That is so false. There's no grinding at all. Just beat the enemies you come across. You don't even have to beat every single one. Just beat some of them, and you're good enough for the bosses. You do not have to grind in these games at all. So whoever is saying that, straight up is lying. You have not played these games. You are lying. There's no need to defend a lack of EXP points. See, star points gave a purpose to battling. With star points, you felt rewarded. You didn't just get, let's choose BP here. You didn't just get coins. You didn't just get health, like I'm gonna get. You didn't just get these things, but you got actual valuable um upgrades. See, look at all these badges here that I can equip. I can change my strategy. Compare this to the Origami King. What strategy is there? You have to do this annoying little puzzle every single time you start. You have to do this puzzle, this ring puzzle. There's only one right answer. And then you just beat the enemies in a row or beat them in a square. Where's the fun in that? Where's the variety in that? That's going to get old really fast. Now, of course, have I played it? No, but based on the trailers that I've seen, based on the gameplay, I am making um, these judgments. Don't have to play it. I've seen what they are offering us. It's pretty obvious at this point, especially with the reviews coming out. They're letting us know that a lot of people are avoiding battles. I'm sorry, but TTYD has the best combat in the Paper Mario series. If they didn't have star points here, even though the battling is fun, I probably wouldn't even battle that often. I need reward for battling. Don't you want to get rewarded for your hard work? A permanent sense of progression? Why did the developers get rid of the RPG stuff? It's beyond me. But for some reason, the producer, he just does not like it. And I'll get more to him later. First, let me find a badge here. Just look at all these badges you can use. You can equip. Let's see here. Let's go with Hammer. I mean, look at all of these characters. Look at it. What happened to this? Anyway, more about the battle system. Let's get into another battle here. So I want to show you guys what we're talking about here. I hope it doesn't lag too much. Okay, yeah, I messed up. Oh, okay. Oof. Okay, this is gonna be a tough one. Keep in mind, I'm playing the 100 Pit of Trials here, and I'm on the 94th floor, so it's really hard. So you see me pausing and talking, not really playing much. Well, that's because it's really hard. These battles are really hard, so I have to think. It's hard to really think and strategize while talking. But I'm gonna try my best here. But just look at this. See how simple this is? Got into a battle on stage. You go first. Enemies, you and your partner go first. Enemies go second. I can choose the one Mario in front, the one Koops in front, or whatever partner. You can just get straight into the fight. No puzzle gimmick that's gonna get boring and tiresome. Look, I can immediately run away too. Can you do that in Origami King? Or do you have to do the puzzle every time, then choose to run away? That's so tedious. That's not fun. But look here. Look at all the options I have. I'm going to choose to attack. Let's go with Power Shield. Excellent. Let's go with Power. I just want you to take a look at this here. I don't want a lot of defense. These enemies are strong. Man, I barely got anything. That was bad. That was bad. Okay, now I'm gonna do a passive. You see how it all comes together here. You do stylish moves to... Okay, okay, I got it, I got it. Oh, that was too much damage. Ugh, that was nasty. Oof, well, okay. You use stylish moves to fill up your star points. Your star meter. So you can use more super moves like that. Alright, I'm in trouble here. I'm in deep trouble. Oh, this is bad. Alright. Don't be intimidated. It's not as bad as it looks. This is a challenge mode too, so let's try this. my point here, as you can see, is the 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 emphasis is on strategy and tactics, not on puzzles and gimmicks. It's just straightforward. You know what you're getting into. Uh, it's straightforward. You know what you're getting into. And I love the fact that there's no right answer. You gotta be kidding me. This is way better than what Sticker Star, Color Splash, and the Origami King is offering. Why can't they just keep it consistent? Why does it have to be gimmick after gimmick? Sure, you may find it fun, but where's the strategy? Sure, it may be a step closer, but it's still too far away. It's more than just having an audience of just toads. It's more than just having a partner, which the Origami King doesn't really have a full partner. It's more than just having standard attacks. It's about having a simple yet deep in mechanics on strategical, rewarding, and fulfilling battle system. That's what this is all about. And that's what the first two games offer. So the key word I want to end this section off with is flexibility. Remember that, flexibility. You choose the way you want to play. Can't really do that in these new Paper Mario games. And not to mention how long it takes to fight. Just the basic battles. Alright, next I'm going to talk about the art style. I'm just going to come out and say it. The Papercraft theme sucks. The graphics, yeah, the graphics are beautiful in these newer games. But everything being paper craft, it's just so lame. It's just, it all feels artificial and unreal. You see, Paper Mario was never literally paper. They were just 2D characters, just flat characters in a 3D world. It was to look like a pop-up book. Just look at this world. It looks like a real world you can visit, you can live in. It looks and feels so real, alive, and natural. Compare this to the Sticker Star, Color Splash, and Origami King. Everything being literal paper. It just feels so lifeless and stiff. It's just so artificial and unreal. And I could get over it. I could get over the papercraft theme even though I don't like it. I could get over it if they just didn't shove it down your throat. They shoved down that this is paper, 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 paper. Every chance they get. Paper puns, paper jokes, paper this, paper that, arts and crafts. They just shove it in our faces every single time. And it's so annoying. Like, this is just supposed to be an aesthetic choice, not the entire gameplay core. But the problem with the modern Paper Mario games is they focus on paper. Paper gimmicks first, everything else second. That's not what the series is about. Not what it used to be about, at least. And if you want to bring up, oh, well, there are paper powers in the Thousand Year Door. Yeah, yeah, there are. Mario can do paper transformations. Yeah, yeah, you can. But they complement the gameplay. Man, come on. And the whole game isn't centered and focused around them. They're just treated as odd little curses. They're handled in a humorous way, and they aren't the main focus, and they just make sense. You do it in small doses, and it's just, oh yes, let's go. By the way, that was a super guard, and that's hard to do, especially when your game is lagging. Which, by the way, is another great feature to have. Another great mechanical debt right there that the modern games just lack. But if you just look closely, oh, are you serious? Look closely at um how the characters in the modern Paper Mario games move. Look closely. Tell me what you see. I'll tell you what I see. I see flimsiness. They're just so flimsy. They are so like they move like a Game and Watch. They move like at 2 or 3 frames, and they just feel so stiff, especially with the white outline. Why on earth is there a white outline? Why do I suck? Honestly, I may have to cut this battle. Oh no, I may have to cut this battle. I can't die. Oh, oh. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, okay, and I'm back here at a different save file, playing on the emulator. So yeah, different save state. I cannot do that. I can't do that and talk. So I'm doing just a basic battle here. But I just want you to take a close look at how Mario and everyone else is animated. Just take a look for a moment. Notice anything? Give you another moment. Oh, you want the answer? Here it is. Look how smoothly he's moving. Look at it. He's not moving like a Game & Watch. He's not moving by 2 frames. Look, he's just flowing. Just look at that. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't feel so stiff and lifeless and this is just paper, haha. But it feels so natural and real here. Switch to my favorite partner. And that's what I'm talking about. Just the small details here. I'm not saying that, oh, for the new games to be good, they have to have this kind of animation. They have to go back to the pop-up storybook style. No. But those are small touches that I prefer that makes it feel more real, but it's not absolute. Definitely not. What they need to fix is the core gameplay. Stop focusing so much on the paper. Just look at this for instance. See how beautiful this is? But anyway, that's my point on the art style. Now I want to move on to a big point that I see mentioned. That, they had to change it because it would get old and tiresome. Like the new Super Mario Brothers series. Now that is false. That is so false. No one, and I mean no one, complained about Paper Mario's gameplay. No one was getting tired of it. People knew what we were getting. We knew what we were getting. We knew we were getting an RPG. We knew what to expect. That's what a franchise does. That's what a series does. It's supposed to have a formula it follows that the fans become fans of. Why do you think people became fans of the first place? Because they loved the gameplay. Okay, I'm looking for the glitch bit. Yeah, they're fans of the gameplay. They didn't evolve the series by changing it. They devolved it. Did you know sequels are supposed to improve on the ideas presented in the previous game? They're not supposed to completely erase everything. And that's exactly what Sticker Star did, Color Splash, and what other game? Oh yeah, the Origami King is doing. Go. Okay, sequels are supposed to improve on the ideas in the previous games. Let's take Thousand Year Door for instance. Thousand Year Door is not a carbon copy of 64. It's not the exact same. Does it have the same basic formula? Yes. But that's what it's supposed to do. It took that basic formula and improved on it. It made the battles even more deep. Added mechanic after mechanic. It did more. It made the experience even better. And you can look up the exact changes. I'm not going to get into detail here. But it evolved the battle system. It added what worked in the previous game. It kept that and added on top. Do you know what Sticker Star Era games do? Here's what they did. They threw out what worked, threw out the formula, came up with something that's just inferior in every way possible. That is not evolving. That is devolving. They have erased everything and changed it for the sake of it. We are not against change, people. We are not against change. Why do you think so many people like Thousand Year Door? Because they love the changes it made. It brought a new, fresh experience without sacrificing the original formula. If it works, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They made a problem out of nothing. So, when you see people say we want Thousand Year Door style gameplay, they're not saying we want the exact same game over and over and over again. We just want copy and paste. And if it's not TTYD, it's bad. That's not what we're saying at all. Not what the majority. Of course, I'm talking about most people. That's not what we're saying at all. Or what we're saying is, we want a sequel to it. We want a game that takes the formula that worked on TTYD, build up on it. We want a new story. We want new characters. Of course, new interesting story. New interesting characters. We want the kind of writing, the kind of things that worked in this game. We want it to be continued in another game. We want more. We want a fresh new experience. But it still has to be familiar. It cannot be something we can't identify. Okay? So it's not, oh, Tito ID, not Tito ID, bad. No. No, 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 no. We don't want copy. We want new ideas introduced on top of the established formula. Okay? These modern Paper Mario games, it's ironic. They are the ones copying each other. Color Splash is just Sticker Star 2. And Origami King is Sticker Star 3. They improved upon the previous games. Color Splash improved upon Sticker Star. And the Origami King is improving upon Color Splash. They're doing what sequels do. But they follow the basic formula. They all focused on paper gimmicks. They all have this partner guide that talks and helps you along the journey. They all have these gimmicky battle systems. They all have a bunch of toads. A bunch of paper puns, paper jokes. None of them have EXP. They all have a bunch of coins. It's just, they are more similar than what you think. So to say that the older games were getting repetitive, that's just false. And they were good anyway, so. Yeah, there are lots of good videos. Like, I recommend checking out Arlo, even Super Mario T. There are plenty of other content creators that explain in detail why we love Thousand Door and why it worked so well. I'm not gonna get into detail here. This video is already getting really long. But there is a reason why all these mechanics in these games work together to provide a good experience, while it just does not work well in the modern games, including the Origami King. In conclusion, I just want you guys to understand that it's okay for you to like these new games. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's also okay for us to dislike it and to criticize. Providing criticism is not being toxic. Disagreeing and not being hyped about the game is not being toxic. It's not just being nostalgic. It's not being stuck in our ways. It's just preferring a certain style of gameplay. Preferring what made us fans in the first place. They are now ignoring their original fans. For the sake of what? What are they doing it for? They're not making the games better. The games are, sure, they're taking baby steps towards the glory days, but I am not accepting baby steps anymore. It's unacceptable. They have met the mark in these games. They have met the mark before. They set the bar high. I didn't do it. We didn't set the bar high. They did. Why is it so wrong for me to expect them or want for them to give us quality again? They've done it before. So I can't get excited over baby steps. We need big steps. We need to go back. Just go back. There's no reason not to. Just straight up go back. No more baby steps. There's no reason for that. Absolutely none. Remember, they set the bar. It's not wrong for us to want them to go back to that. A lot of people put the blame on Miyamoto, but it appears that it's the producer Tanabe. He's the one that's really being stubborn here. There's even an Awada ask. He basically just says that he wanted to get rid of all the RPG elements. You know, all the things that made the series great. And just with Miyamoto's recommendation of making it bare bones story and bland unoriginal characters, you just combined to be not Paper Mario. Just a bland experience. Just isn't as great anymore. So not all the blame can go to Miyamoto. Tanabe, if he doesn't like RPGs, he needs to go. We need someone to be passionate about the series. We need that passion back. These games lack the passion. Even Super Paper Mario had that passion. I'd rather play that game because it's still a Paper Mario game. It's just a spin-off of it. The only difference is the gameplay. But everything else is there. The story, the characters, the atmosphere, everything is there except the gameplay. Sticker Star, Color Splash, Origami King just doesn't have, just missing it all. Remember, change itself is not bad. Not at all. But you should innovate on the existing formula. Don't get rid of everything that made the series unique. Paper Mario has lost its identity. And it's really sad to see. No, TTID was not stale. It isn't stale. A lot of people talk about it and replay it to this day. But to say that it was getting stale was just false. That's not even the reason why they changed the gameplay in the first place. So there's no need to make up these theories or make excuses for them. This is just there's just no excuse. None. Stuff. Oh, yeah, here. Okay, so my recommendation is that if you haven't played TTYD, I suggest that you go play it, or even 64. Go play them. See for yourself why everybody likes them. See for yourself why we talk about it so much, why we glorify it. Does the game have problems? Yes, it does. But does that mean it's not a masterpiece? No. Is it perfect? No. Nobody says it is. But it is the pinnacle of what Paper Mario can be. And that's the point of a sequel. The sequel should improve on the flaws. A proper TTYD sequel can fix the few slight flaws with the game. And trying to point out TTYD's flaws, it's not going to help your case for the modern Paper Mario games. Because those, oh my goodness, there are so many basic flaws that you can count, that you can talk about. There's just so many. So pointing out 1,000 Year Door flaws is not helping your case at all. So, if you want to play TTYD, unfortunately, you can't really officially get it. At best, you can try to get it on Amazon or something, but that's pretty expensive. What I recommend is just getting Dolphin and emulate it. I strongly encourage you to play the games. See why everybody likes it. Don't just say, oh, you're a T2ID fanboy or crybaby or a stan. You mistake our passion for rage and toxicity. And it's just not true. Like, just take a look at all these partners. Don't you want this originality again? I know I do. Don't you guys want to experience what a true partner is? Not a temporary tag along plain buddy. But don't you guys want to experience just Paper Mario at its peak? If you do, I strongly encourage you. Give T2ID a try. You're not going to regret it. Play it for yourself. See what we're talking about. Because believe me, like I said, I didn't grow up with the series. I grew up with, I started with Partners of Time, Mario and Luigi. That's me. That's where I was. But man, once I played Paper Mario, that scene where people were talking about, I became a fan instantly. And just to say we should move on, maybe. But is it wrong to still have passion and to yearn for Nintendo to go back? Go back to what worked. That's not a bad thing to want. No one is coming to your house and saying you cannot enjoy the new games. I'm not saying you can't come and enjoy the new games. I'm not at all. But just like you're allowed to like the newer games, we're allowed to like the older games and want the series to return. I think the best solution is to return the series back to its roots and make the Sticker Star games, make them the spinoff. That way, if you really like those games, you can go play them still. But the hardcore fans, the original fans, can get their beloved RPG series once again. And for those that have played T2ID and those that are fans, go get Bug Fables. Bug Fables, oh my goodness. Honestly, I think overall Bug Fables outshines T2ID. It feels, it's not a copy and paste of it. It feels even better in a lot of places. It does its own thing. That's an evolution of T2ID. That's an evolution of Paper Mario. So to say that, oh, they had to move on from Thousand Year Door because there's nothing else they can do, wrong. Bug Fables can prove you wrong. So don't be thrown off about the bugs. It is definitely charming and interesting. So go play it. It's under half the price of the Origami King. So you're going to save lots of money for lots of content. But I'm telling you right now, it's not for babies. It will not play around with you. It is hard. But it is very fun, challenging, rewarding, funny, interesting, etc. Go play it. Even if you or want to play Origami King and you like Color Splash or whatever, you should also go play Bug Fables too. It's just that good. Just for $25. Bunch of content. Go play Bug Fables. You can go see reviews. Arlo's a good example. Bug Fables. Bug Fables is where Paper Mario should go to. But as much as I love Bug Fables, it's still not Paper Mario. I still love Mario. I still love the Mario universe, and I want to see more. Okay, bring in Daisy, Wario, all these other characters into the universe, okay? But that's more addressed to a Nintendo. But to be honest, the biggest problem is that of the biggest problem that I have with these games is that there's no Lady Bow. Man, I miss Lady Bow. Lady Bow is the best partner. Change my mind. You can't because you'll be wrong.